Alright, so we're back on some more ASTD X, and in this video, I'm going to be using Prime ASTD units in ASTD X. I'm going to be testing to see who can do better, a Prime ASTD team in current ASTD or a Prime ASTD team in ASTD X. That might sound a little confusing right now, but you'll understand once we get into the video. But before we get into it, I want to thank you guys so much for 500 subscribers and all the support on the ASTD X videos. More ASTD X videos coming out soon, and without any further ado, let's get right to the video. Alright, so before we get into the testing, I have to explain a little bit more of what we're going to be doing in this video. So I'm going to be using Prime ASTD units in current ASTD and Prime ASTD units in ASTD X and seeing which team does better in which game. Because this game just released, it should be a bit of a toss-up between the two because Prime ASTD units and current ASTD are buns. So it should be a pretty close competition. But the first thing we have to do is actually go into ASTD and see what Prime ASTD units are actually even in ASTD X. Wow, man. We're here on ASTD. Obviously, it's supposed to be a huge upgrade, but holy, this chunk is actually dead now, man. This is real sad. I stopped playing ASTD around when 7 stars started coming out and they had Stardust banners and all that. So my inventory isn't exactly anything crazy. Let's look for some Prime ASTD units. Surely that's not Super Saiyan God Goku, right? Oh my god, it is. What did they do to my boy? Okay, Super Saiyan God Goku is indeed in ASTD X, and he's definitely from Prime All-Star. Maybe a little bit after Prime All-Star. He's a 6-star, but I think 6 stars count as Prime All-Star. Another unit is gonna be Blackbeard. Now I've seen this unit, but this is still crazy, bro. What did they do to Blackbeard? Blackbeard's definitely gonna be on the lineup. He was in Prime ASTD, and he's definitely an important unit to have for slowing, so he's going to be on the lineup. Now, back in the real early OG days of All-Star, Aaron was actually really good, and he's an ASTD X, but I don't have him. Another important unit back then was Broly, who I also don't have in ASTD X. Broly was definitely one of the best units in Prime ASTD, at least during his time, and he's good in ASTD X. He'd be good for this video as well if I had him. Now, obviously, Bulma's a Prime ASTD unit, but she's not even in ASTD X, so I guess we'll just replace her with Ramen Guy. Oh, I know who else. Mihawk. Mihawk is in ASTD X, and in his time in ASTD, he was actually broken, bro. His range used to go so crazy. I mean, to be fair, ASTD X, his range goes crazy as well. And to think he was only doing 179 damage. Another Prime ASTD unit that is in ASTD X is Gojo. Now, in ASTD X, Gojo is an actual joke. So I guess Gojo can go on the lineup as well. But I think the lineup we currently have on, outside of Minato, because Minato, I don't have him in ASTD X, nor do I think he exists, and Light, Mihawk, Gojo, Goku, Blackbeard, and I only have 5 slots in current ASTD X, so I guess this is a pretty fair lineup. And Bulma replaces Ramen Guy. So to make it fair, I'm only going to be using 5 units because I only have 5 units of ASTD X. And get it started. We got a unit from early ASTD, and the rest of them are Prime ASTD, but not as early as Mihawk. I forgot to say, I'm just going to be using these units and seeing what wave they can get to on Infinite Mode. Then I'm going to go on ASTD X, use these same Prime ASTD units and see what wave they can get on current day All-Star Tower Defense X. I don't remember when exactly they made the change to where it could only be like specific maps, but everybody used to use the Demon Slayer map, then everybody started using the Fruit map, and then I guess they just changed it to this. I don't really remember when they did that. This is not the map I remember playing on very often. So we can go ahead and go place Goku back here, I guess, to get these decelerates. Anytime now, Bulma, if you want to give us some money. Bulma. Thank you. Thank you, Bulma. Alright, I guess we can go ahead and place Gojo down, and then we can farm up a little bit more. We are on wave 5 right now, and we're kind of struggling, I'm not gonna lie. These are buns units in current ASTD. If you guys don't know, the ASTD X update is coming out this Saturday at 8 AM, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the update anime is. People were saying it's Rengoku because they posted a donut sneak in the Discord. Oh shit, we got a powerful coming. Hold on now. You got that. They posted a sneak in the Discord that was a donut. Now, if you don't know, donuts are associated with 2 people in the anime universe, Rengoku and Ace. A lot of people put the reaction of Rengoku to the donut, but unless it's been confirmed and I just don't know yet, it really could be Ace, because I remember in early ASTD days, they had an update adding Ace, and he was pretty good during his time. I can't remember if they released with Ace and he was like locked behind a game mode, or if he came in an update, but I'm pretty sure Ace came in an update, and it was one of the early updates for sure. But if they're following the path of ASTD, that could be Ace instead of Rengoku, but Rengoku was also an early update as well, so that's the thing. I'm pretty sure Rengoku was also a raid or trial, whatever they were called in ASTD. Now let's go ahead and get Mihawk down. Not that he's gonna make much of a difference. We're already struggling real bad. Now the thing that could even this out is that some of the units in this lineup that I have in ASTD X aren't that good, so that might make this a little bit more of a fair competition for ASTD. But I guess we can go ahead and upgrade Mihawk just for nostalgia, because bro isn't doing no damage. Hold on, this Goku could do 118k. I do not remember him being able to do that much damage. Man, playing ASTD doesn't even feel like nostalgic anymore. It's changed so much since when I last played, other than like the video I made a few weeks ago. But who was your guys' favorite OG All-Star Tower Defense unit? I mean, like before 6 stars. For me, it either had to be Mihawk back in his prime, or it had to be Light. Because I think Light was one of the very first nukes in like anime tower defenses in general. If you consider that a nuke, he would pull out the Death Note and just do full AoE damage to everybody in his circle. But I'm not sure if he was the first ever nuke in anime tower defense games or not. We're on wave 21 now, and we're actually not struggling as bad as I thought we would, especially for like an outdated team. Yo, how many times can you place Goku? Can I place him again? Yo, what? Goku was a 5 placement? Can I still place him? Goku was a 6 placement? 8? I forgot there was 2 back here. You can spam this guy? How do I not remember this? No wonder everybody tried to get him. Not gonna lie, it's looking like the Prime ASTD team might do better in current All-Star Tower Defense than it will in All-Star Tower Defense X. Yeah, this is definitely going to be closer than I originally thought it was. I thought that this team would be horrible and we lose on like wave 20 and the ASTDX team would make it to like 35 or something. I thought the ASTD team would do a lot worse, but to be honest, I guess it's really not that fair for the ASTDX team. If you think about it, obviously ASTD is on update 1,000,000 compared to ASTDX being on update 1, not even yet. I really thought these units would be trash. Like, if we're making it to wave 40 with these units, I'm not gonna lie, ASTDX, there's no chance, bro. The ASTDX team is getting completely obliterated. I don't even think anybody made it to wave 48 in ASTDX yet, let alone wave 50 plus, which is what we're clearly going to make it to with this team. So let's go see how far prime ASTD units can make it in ASTDX. All right, we're here on ASTDX now. Let's put on the same team that we had on ASTD. So Sung Jin Woo can go ahead and get off. He was not in ASTD. Place him with Mihawk. He's definitely better in this game than he is in ASTD. Put on Goku and take off Ulquiorra and replace him Gojo. My Gojo's a level 1, but to be honest, it doesn't even matter because he's buns anyway. We're gonna need a hard carry from Mihawk, Blackbeard, and Goku. And Ramagai. His aura alone will help us. So far, it's not looking good for ASTDX. The highest infinite wave on ASTDX is wave 58. ASTDX is cooked. But I guess we can see how far some prime ASTD units will get in ASTDX just for fun. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do, I guess the most optimal place. I haven't really played much infinite outside of AFKing, so I guess the optimal place to place units will probably be either right here or over here. Let's just go ahead and get Ramagai down and we can make that decision later. Goku is definitely going to go over here. His range is crazy. Definitely one of the best starter units in the game. I don't have him ascended yet, which is kind of sad. Honestly, I think we're just going to have Goku carry while I get Ramagai up, because we're going to need all the money we can get, bruh. Now, I've been seeing a lot of ASTDX hate, to be honest, and I want to ask the question, why do you guys dislike ASTDX? Like, for anybody that's watching this video and they're like a ASTD fan and they don't like ASTDX, why don't you like ASTDX? Now, the common reason I'm seeing is like pay to win, or it just doesn't feel like ASTD, and I hate to break it to a lot of you guys, it was never going to feel like ASTD. It's 2025, the game was never going to feel like ASTD, but I guess the pay to win thing when it comes to trait rerolls is pretty valid. A lot of YouTubers are just going to spend their way to becoming the best players, but at the same time, it's not like that wasn't happening in ASTD. Like, people were still spending money. It was just on gems instead of trait rerolls. But I do understand that. But leave your guys' reasoning in the comments below. I want to hear why people don't like it. For me, honestly, I've been enjoying ASTDX a lot, at least in comparison to like AV and ALS. Now, it could be because this game's just newer. That definitely could be a bias I have. It's probably just because it's new and like the dopamine of getting stuff in the game for the first time. But yeah, leave your guys' opinions on ASTDX and tell me if you think it's lived up to the hype. I think it has, at least to a certain extent. You know, there is its flaws, but I think it's definitely a huge upgrade over ASTD. Feels like ASTD would just with like elements of the other tower defense games like ALS, AV, AA. They have their own spin on it that keeps it feeling like ASTD, in my opinion. I think for the most part, this game has lived up to the hype, but it definitely is not perfect. Definitely probably lower quality than ALS and AV, but it has its plus sides. All right, we have our ramen guys maxed. I'm gonna go ahead and place Mihawk over here. This is going to be a Mihawk and Goku hard carry, like I said. I do have Blackbeard Evo, though, so his slow should be doing something at least. Let's put Mihawks on auto upgrade, as he is going to be carrying our DPS by a long shot. We're on wave 15 right now. I'm not going to lie, this Gojo's level 1, and he's buns in the game in general. I might just place him up here so he can get rid of shields. Yeah, I'm just going to place him up here so he can get rid of shields before they get to Mihawk and Goku. We're low-key not doing too bad. We're on wave 25. Definitely probably won't be able to compete with All-Star Tower Defense, though. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody's maxed over here. Goku, yeah, I have to send him, so he's maxed. I guess we can just go ahead and max Blackbeard. And that'll be all the damage we're gonna get. One right here, and then max those two out. And we'll have full slowing, so that might be able to help this team out a little bit. Bro, I don't know why, but I feel like most support, but specifically slowing and like stunning and time stop, I feel like it's so bad in this game. Maybe I'm wrong, but I swear it felt so much stronger in like literally every other tower defense. But he does slow for 30 seconds, but still, it just feels like they're not even being slowed. Alright, we're on wave 35, but it's starting to look like they're gonna make their way over here. It's usually around wave 35 that I fail every infinite, whether I'm doing it with like a better team than this or not. All right, it's looking like it's gonna be the end for this team, man. Hey, they made it to wave 40 though. They put up a good fight. They put up a pretty good fight, I would say. Oh, clutch it up, Mihawk. Clutch up, Mihawk. And it's over. Well, one shield gone, but it's over regardless. And it's over. You know, the ASTDX team put up a good fight, man. Especially because Goku's not even ascended and Gojo's buns. Alright guys, that's gonna be the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We answered the question that absolutely nobody was asking. What team would do better? A prime ASTD team in ASTDX or a prime ASTD team in current All-Star Tower Defense? And the winner was the ASTD team, as you guys saw, and probably what you expected as well. Now, if I had different units that could have gone differently, that's gonna be a video, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for 500 subscribers and all the support that I've been getting on the videos recently. But that's gonna be the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Later.